What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. James Pearce, who used to be working for the Liverpool Echo, now he's working at The Athletic, has dropped an absolute bombshell saying that even after signing Takumi Minamino, Liverpool are expected to be looking at another attacking player in the summer. So we might have to wait until the summer transfer window for another big Liverpool signing, but I'm really excited about this because James Pearce is a very reliable journalist. He has connections with Liverpool Football Club, so if he says that Liverpool are looking at another attacking player, then it's true. And who could it be? Let me know. Who do you want Liverpool to sign? Who should be the next big attacking player coming to Liverpool? Should it be Jadon Sancho or Timo Werner or even Kylian Mbappe or Kai Havertz? I mean, of course I'm dreaming about Kylian Mbappe. You guys know me. You guys know how much I love him and how much I would love to see Liverpool sign him, but I'm not sure if we have the money to pay close to 200 million pounds, and I'm not sure, like, is Kylian Mbappe worth it? Because we couldn't get Kai Havertz or Timo Werner or even Jadon Sancho for a fraction, less than half that amount. So I want to have a debate with you guys in the comments below. I will be replying to your comments after this video is posted. And even players like James Maddison and Emi Buendia of Norwich City and even Ousmane Dembele of Barcelona, these names have been floating around, so there are a lot of players linked with Liverpool. And in this particular video we will talk about Kai Havertz, because Liverpool have been talking with Kai Havertz and his representatives. Those are the reports coming out from the German newspapers. The Bild and the Kicker are reporting that Liverpool actually held talks, concrete talks, with Kai Havertz and his representatives last month. The 20-year-old was already linked with moves away from Bayer Leverkusen last year, but he decided to stay with the club for one more season to get more experience to play in the Champions League. And of course, Liverpool and Manchester United last month held talks with Kai Havertz about a possible summer transfer. And what is almost 100% sure is that Adam Lallana is set to leave Liverpool when his contract expires at the end of the season, so it would make sense for Liverpool to be looking at Kai Havertz as a player who could replace long-term Adam Lallana. And Kai Havertz, remember that he's only 20 years old. He's almost like still a kid, so we shouldn't judge too harshly that his numbers have fallen off a little bit from last season, where last season he scored 20 goals from midfield. This season he hasn't been scoring as many goals, but I think that Kai Havertz has the potential to become a brilliant attacking midfielder. The thing is, do we want to pay 60-70 million for a player who is probably not ready to play week in, week out and to contribute with goals week in, week out in this Liverpool midfield? Because I think that Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain right now are better players than Kai Havertz. So would he be happy with a subs bench role, and would he be happy to learn his trade, to adapt to the Premier League, to living in a new country, to living in Liverpool? Would he be able to be patient and just wait for his chance? Because at the moment we have a very strong midfield. I mean, Liverpool are the best team in the world right now, so it's very difficult to get into the Liverpool starting lineup, and Kai Havertz will weigh up his options, and I think that it would be a really good replacement for Lallana, who actually featured in 17 games already for Liverpool, and that's more than last season and the season before last season. So that's a very promising sign for Lallana, that he still can cut it at this level, but I don't think he will extend his contract. Curtis Jones, who of course scored that famous winner against Everton in the Merseyside derby in the FA Cup, could be someone who steps up to that regular first team role. And the potential arrival of Kai Havertz could impact his chances. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to say that Liverpool should definitely sign Kai Havertz, because he would cost a lot of money And is he that much better than Curtis Jones, who Liverpool already have in their youth teams coming through? Curtis Jones also is a Scouser. He has been playing at Liverpool since 9 years old. And I would, if there is a similar quality between those two, I would always prefer to give Curtis Jones a chance. Just give him a season as a substitute player and just see if he can cut it at the top level. Of course, we always want that shiny, big new signing, but it's not always the best solution. And in this case, it might be better to be patient, to wait, and to sign, Kai Havertz if Curtis Jones fails. But the big question is, like, will Kai Havertz wait another season for Liverpool, or really go to a club like Manchester United or Bayern Munich? That's the big question. And of course, what Kai Havertz has that Curtis Jones doesn't have is experience at the very top level. He's already a German international, so maybe I'm a little bit too harsh on Kai Havertz comparing him to 18-year-old Curtis Jones, because Kai Havertz is a Champions League player. He's playing for a really good Bundesliga team, Leverkusen, and he's also a German international, and he already scored for the German national team. He played over 100 Bundesliga games at the age of 20. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't compare him to Curtis Jones, because Curtis Jones only made one Premier League appearance as a substitute. So what we don't know is that what is the personal preference of Kai Havertz. Would he prefer to move to Bayern Munich and stay in Germany, or would he prefer to move to a Premier League club? And this is what Kai Havertz said earlier. I am honest, at some point the next step must come for me, but I'm not going to worry about when exactly that will happen. I really don't know yet whether FC Bayern is the next step and right step for me. I also don't know whether foreign countries would not be more suitable for me. I really don't think too much about it at the moment. I have that self-confidence, yes, that I could play for Bayern Munich and other big clubs, but the same applies to the other big clubs as well. I have the confidence to play for them. And Bayer Leverkusen has signed Kai Havertz as a youth player in 2014, and he has since broken into the first team. And last season he had a blistering campaign, scoring 17 Bundesliga goals in 34 games. So he had virtually one goal every 2 games. But this season, I think the opposition found out a little bit more about Kai Havertz, and now they are marking him better, because he has only 1 goal every 7 games, so his goals to games ratio has dried up, and that's a little bit worrying. But of course he's only 20 years old, so I think that we shouldn't judge him too harshly. I think that Jurgen Klopp will watch Kai Havertz closely, and also he will talk with his friends over at Bundesliga clubs and see whether Kai Havertz's personality, attitude and everything else, does he fit in to this Liverpool team or not. That's going to be a very, very interesting. And yes, Manchester United are also sniffing around Kai Havertz, but there has been talks of Man United signing Bruno Fernandes of Sporting Lisbon. I already heard that Bruno Fernandes' agent is over at England discussing a deal with Manchester United. So I think that if Man United sign Bruno Fernandes, that's of course an advantage for Liverpool in the pursuit of Kai Havertz, because then probably Man United won't sign Kai Havertz in the summer if they already have Bruno Fernandes. I don't really like ex-Liverpool players and pundits declaring Liverpool already champions of England, because it's never over until it's mathematically over. But I wanted to share with you guys what Graham Souness said after Liverpool won against Tottenham. They have won it already. Those are the words of Graham Souness, and I quote him here. I don't think that anybody at Liverpool will be saying that, but what could possibly go wrong? Other than half a dozen of their main men getting long-term injuries, and that's not going to happen. If they win it, you still have to say that, I suppose. It's been a long, long time since that happened. Nobody would have thought 30 years ago that it was going to take this long, and they deserve it. After last year missing out by just 1 point, the consistency between last year and this year has been phenomenal. They landed the Champions League, and they are the team at the moment. They are the team that nobody wants to play. If you win the league, and I go back to my days at Liverpool, that was always the priority. They felt that this said more about you as a player and as a team if you won the league. It's over 9 months. You have dealt with the downtimes, dealt with injuries, stuck together when the going got tough. And I agree, the biggest accomplishment in a season is to win a title, because it's the most difficult. You have to be consistent throughout the whole season, and you can't afford to drop too many points, especially because Manchester City raised the standards so incredibly high. But now Liverpool are raising it even higher. The bar is higher than ever before. I mean, Liverpool broke all kinds of records, winning 20 of the first 21 games. And if you count the end of last season, for Liverpool to win 29 games out of 30 league games, it's stuff like you only thought you could see on FIFA, honestly, and you should lower the difficulty if that happens. But in real life, Liverpool have actually done it. 29 wins from 30 league games. I still sometimes I wake up and think that it's just a dream, and I will never want this to end, because honestly, this is the best time ever to support Liverpool, in my opinion. We are already the European champions, we are already the champions of the world, and we are hopefully about to win the Premier League for the first time, and the league title for the first time in 30 years. And if this Liverpool team stays together, and if nothing bad happens with Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool in the next 4 years, Liverpool can win more. Liverpool can win more Premier Leagues, more Champions League, even maybe win an FA Cup, even though I know that it's not a priority of Liverpool. I still want this Liverpool team to win everything, because I think that we can do what Manchester City did and win multiple trophies in a season. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. I mean, we already won 2 trophies, the European Super Cup and the Club World Cup, but I really want Liverpool to win more. And Gary Neville, who is of course a Manchester United legend, and he probably hates this, that Manchester United are way behind Man City and Liverpool, and they are the 2 teams fighting it out for the title. But even Gary Neville is praising Liverpool. This is what he said: Liverpool are outstanding, brilliant to watch. They are doing everything a championship winning team should be doing, and I can't see anyone stopping them. The records for Klopp are incidental right now. The only thing that matters is lifting the Premier League trophy. I think the lead is unassailable. Klopp will never say it, but his team are playing so well, and they are so in control. They are still growing and getting better. He won't care if he loses 1 or 2 games. He just wants that Premier League trophy. When we were asking Pep Guardiola last year about records, because City have won it before, they probably could look to beat their previous title victories. But for Liverpool, it's all about getting that first Premier League title. And I agree with Gary Neville. And even former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher, who was sitting alongside Gary Neville and analysing the game, said this: they look so comfortable in games. With a 1-0 lead, they back themselves. When Klopp came in, it was end-to-end and exciting, and they were an exciting, chaotic team to watch. But now they are the best team to watch. They always do enough in games, and in the big games they are at their best. Although maybe not so much today against Tottenham. We knew he was a top manager, but I didn't think that this development of the team over several years was possible. To get to this stage, they are the best team in the world. And Liverpool scored in a club record 30 consecutive league games, which beats their previous record, which was 29 in the second division in the 1957-58 season. And also they recorded their 6th consecutive Premier League clean sheet against Tottenham, which is Liverpool's best run since Rafa Benitez in 2006. Absolutely brilliant. And also Carragher praised Jurgen Klopp and the transfer recruitment. It's not that Liverpool are just buying players with this special ability that nobody else sees these players. Robertson came from Hull, they got relegated. Wijnaldum was relegated with Newcastle. Salah had been at Chelsea before. Mane had been in the Premier League with Southampton. They are not just going to the best clubs in the world and buying the best players. It's okay buying players, but it's what you do with them. Sometimes we forget that. Once you have that player, you have to improve them, you have to coach them. Jurgen Klopp probably doesn't get enough credit for that. The work he does as a coach. Liverpool are not buying superstars, they are making them. And that's a very good point. Both Salah and Mane virtually cost around £30 million roughly, and now they are worth £150 million. And yes, Liverpool spent big money. We spent big money on Alisson, on Van Dijk, but those were players that Liverpool desperately needed. And also with the net spend of £70 million in like 4.5 years under Jurgen Klopp, it's an incredible piece of transfer business, because we sold Coutinho for big money and we reinvested that money in the squad. And I'm pretty convinced that without selling Coutinho, Liverpool wouldn't have won the Champions League. Liverpool wouldn't have done this, because we needed Van Dijk, we needed Alisson to take us to the next level, to make that next step, to win the Champions League. We needed those players, and Liverpool got them because of selling Coutinho. So I think it's brilliant how things turned out, really. And Wijnaldum said this after the Tottenham game. We really work hard to keep this run going. We have a manager who keeps both our feet on the ground and to work even harder. Every day when we are training or playing a game, we try to do it better than we did before. We always strive to do better. It was really tough physically against Tottenham, but also because I think we made it really tough for ourselves in the second half. I think first half we played a good game, but we gave sniffs away and gave them a little bit of confidence, because it was only 1-0. They had the confidence they could equalize, and in the second half, you know, they will come out and try to equalize. That's what it makes it harder. And also because we didn't do as well what we did in the first half in the second half. I think that was the reason why it was really tough. Normally it's always tough when you play against Tottenham, but I think we made it tougher than what it was. It was only 1-0. So they had the confidence to try and score another goal. We had to do better with the situation. At the end, we defended well, but in a few bits in the game, we gave chances away, and we were lucky they didn't score. And yes, even Henderson, when the game was finished, you could see there was a camera on Henderson greeting Klopp, and Henderson said the performance was shit, which, to be honest, he has a point. It wasn't. Maybe it's a little bit harsh a word to use, but it wasn't as good as Liverpool are capable of, and Henderson knows that. And that's the kind of winner's mentality that Liverpool want to see, so I'm really happy about that. And that wraps up today's Liverpool transfer news video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.